I got asked a question yesterday. They said, Cloudy, what do you do when procrastination starts to hit you, bro? I'm gonna give y'all some advice real quick. Let's get it. Now, if y'all don't know what the procrastination bug is, I'm a content creator, man. Been doing this for almost 15 years, bro. I'm a creative director for multiple different influencers with each over 1 million followers. And something that I tell a lot of people is that procrastination happens to everyone. However, it's how you beat it up and don't let it come back. So I'll give you a great example. They're trying to step out their comfort zone, it's 35s. So they put in a little bit of work. They say, we're getting somewhere. We're finally getting to that next step. They say, man, bro, how am I gonna keep elevating, bro? How am I gonna keep elevating? They get a big break, maybe some good views, and they say, okay, I'm ready, man. On to the next day. They put them down. They say, okay, man, let's get back to it. It's 15s. They say, hey, man, we're just trying to stay consistent, bro. Anything matters. Anything matters. As long as we just get it out. It's less work, so it's easy to do. We get it out there. We get it done. Boom. They say, bro, well, I thought you were being consistent. Bro, I am, bro. You see, I'm still putting stuff out, bro. I'm still putting stuff out. I'm still posting. I'm still doing this. I'm still doing that. Whatever it is. And look at that right there, bro. To a creator, they'll say, oh, well, that's still something. But to the algorithm, bro, this is nothing. It's really easy to get complacent in this content world. One good week with 1 million views, and now everyone just wants to just take breaks and bullshit because they got 1 million views last week. They'll be able to do it again. But I promise you, as someone who's able to consistently pull in those amount of views, it's very, very hard to replicate it and do it again. That's where a lot of us in the creative direction space have a hard time doing, recreating our past success. I'll give you a great example, bro. So we'll pick up some 45s this time. Last month, I did about 46 million views. I posted on different platforms. I was able to give my clients a lot of motion, a bunch of leads. It was a great experience. But you know what I'm doing right now? Because sometimes you can't replicate everything, man. I went from the 50s to the 35s, and I'm still doing them every day, every day, every day, every day. Because you won't always be able to pull them 50-pound days, them 20 million, them 10 million, them 5 million, even that 1 million video view per video. Sometimes it won't always do what it's supposed to do. But you know what you're not supposed to do? You're not supposed to go in, take a break, and go back to the 8s. You've been doing this for too long. It's comfortable. That's regular. You won't see a difference when you've done a certain amount of views and a certain amount of a lifestyle. It won't go that way. But you know what will still make effects? Even when you're not pulling those 50s, even when you're not pulling them 30s, you have to get to the point where your lowest day is still some low 30s. Sometimes your lowest day could just be some 25s. But guess what? You or me in this situation is a metaphor for the algorithm. And how even when you're not pushing on a daily basis, it can still feel it because it tells you can take it serious. Please take your content serious, dog. This is not one of those things in the world where someone's gonna beg you to work your hardest for your direct content. Content for individuals is for individual success only. So no one's gonna sit there and beg you to post. No one's gonna sit there and beg you to put in work. No one's gonna sit there and beg you to do what you're supposed to do. Because you'll sit back, bro. You'll be like, oh, I'm just being regular, bro. You'll be sitting back thinking, okay, this is all cool. This is all calm, bro. I get to relax. Put your work in, do your piece. Just relax and just have fun. But guess what happens when that thing starts hitting back? Boom. Some people get knocked back. They don't get their best success. Some people, they get back on the horse and say, okay, I'm still here. Bah, 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 bah. And then guess what happens? Boom. They get hit twice. And you know what they do? I'm good, bro. The towel's ringed in. What do you mean, bro? You've been hitting them and jabbing 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 them. Yet your first or 2 times not succeeding, you just gonna ring the towel in? What was the point of posting all those times? What was the point of doing them reps? What was the point of putting in that work for 5, 10 years straight? I say that to say this. The content will not just be a one-day thing. Sometimes it'll be a week where you're just having an amazing time. Sometimes it'll be a month where it's a struggle every day to put that work in. But you know what? You're still putting in that work. You're still elevating. You're still doing something, worth a damn, worth some measurable impact in somebody's life. That's what it means to be a content creator. Every single day, every single moment, every single minute, pushing your focus forward. Honestly, bro, it's a great example for all the stuff going on with content right now because, bro, how many people see that there are all these creators and content creators that say they're working hard, that say they're putting in that work, that say they're going to that next step, and then we look back and they're not doing nothing, bro. Like, they're not pushing their focus, they're not uploading consistently, they want to get to that next level, but they're not pushing themselves and berating themselves enough in those harsh moments to be able to get to that next step. You got to tell yourself, I'm not doing a good job. This could be improved on. This was shit. Sometimes you got to literally say, this work that I put a month of time into was literal garbage. Because if you have a certain level of excellence, of quality that you want to get to, it's like the dude in the trenches, bro. You can't be selling people no trash bag stuff. If you want to make some money, you got to sell high quality. You got to give them something that's different, something unique, packaging, flavor, style, skill. Maybe you're blessing them with more content. Maybe you're blessing them with a new type of thing they're not used to. You have to find your niche, bro. The niche is everything. The niche is everything. And I mean that with everything in my heart, bro, because it's so easy to say, oh, this person only got there because they were around these people, or they only got here because they were this complexion, or they only got here because they did this and that, or whatever the fuck, bro. It's hard to say that they were more talented, more hardworking, more focused, more diligent, and had better swag than me. That hurts somebody's ego. But that's the type of shit that you need to really elevate to that next step. That's the type of shit you need to be able to focus in. Someone tell you, bro, you got a week left, bro. You better make a play on that field or you're going. You're going to put them reps in practice. You're going to run morning and night. You're going to make sure the second you get on that field, you're putting in a fucking play. Shout out to my boy Lamar. Rashad Bateman, bro, if you see this, bro, your cheeks, buns, you actually blowing me right now, bro. 2 weeks straight, you're blowing me. You're blowing me, parts. Like, you lucky I'm still even considering putting cheese on you, bro. Rashad Bateman, you're not that guy right now, but that's not the focus of this video. This is not a Lamar Jackson rant. This is a peaceful, positive, you know what I'm saying? We vibing. Focus, poise, and positioning are all you need to get to that next step. It's not always about knowing this and knowing that. Your focus and your connections are also who get you places, but I don't look at connections as dispensable. When I connect with somebody, I look at them as a bond, a friend, someone that I actually see myself interacting with. If I don't see myself being able to interact with you, I'm not going to fuck with you. That's where I came from. I'm from the Midwest, Southside Chicago. I can't fake it for nobody. It hurts to fake it. People can feel the fake. That's why I don't even waste time trying to fake. I'm saying this for a lot of people out there that need that motivation, bro. You don't have to fake it to get to these levels. You don't have to meet much. Find a team. Find a group of people that are like-minded, individuals that see the same vision as you. It's going to take some time. It took me years to find that group of people to elevate with and want to grow with and want to push myself to that highest extent with. It took me years of multiple different groups, connections of people I was around before I found the group of people that made me comfortable and helped me elevate my skill set to help them elevate their skills. It can take decades for some people. Other people, they got the team, they got the motion, but they don't got the internal fire. Other people, they got the internal fire, but they don't even know what step to take. I was lucky, and in another sense, I was unfortunately not so lucky because I had the fire, the focus, but I needed the reality around me so that I could believe in myself enough to chase it. And now that God had blessed me enough to get to that reality, every single step is another metric. It's not just traveling the country, bro. It's dropping 10 million views at least. It's not just a new camera, bro. I'm buying exactly the equipment I need. I'm speaking the exact amount that I need in it. It's not just making 25 bands on a play. It's I'm going to go out, elevate my skill set, and be rewarded with hard work and this funds because that's what it's supposed to be. You don't get rewarded for nothing, bro. This is what it takes to get to all this. This is what you need to elevate and push yourself to that next step. You're not going to have people over there saying, oh, I'm so happy you got the biggest house on the hill. We do. You're not going to have your neighbors saying, oh, man, bro, I wish I could be like you when I grow up because they want to. Sometimes you'll have the little youngins coming around and say, I've never seen someone your age doing it, but that's not the point. We're doing this because of our passion and our love for the game. If this content ain't paid me a dime, I'd still be doing it because I did it like that for 12 years. That's what y'all need to understand. A lot of y'all need to get that through your head, bro. Can you do this shit for free? Can you do this for free? If you cannot do it for free, don't even waste your time doing it because the amount of time it takes to make money for so many people, it's not a get rich quick scheme. It's a get fulfilled scheme. The fulfillment that you give other people fulfills you, and God blesses you with those funds and that financial security. That's my perspective. That's how I grew up. That's how I was able to elevate to this level. That's how I was able to be in these Lamborghinis with my homies, but it might not be what's for you. But I have no problem with pushing this passion to you all, and for whoever gets that fire in your heart from this, hell yeah. This is not just about putting in that focus for some monetary value. This is about having that passion for yourself to want to be, having that passion for yourself to want to achieve. It's not going to be easy. I promise you, bro. I promise you. But it will be so fulfilling once you find what your focus is and once you find what you're looking for. I promise y'all.